Hey guys, I am back to review another movie that I have recently seen, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, written and directed by Ryan Coogler. Now, I am going to keep this review sweet and simple. It's not going to have any spoilers. In essence, this is basically my general thoughts about the film and whether or not I recommend it. As we all know, it has been 2 years since the tragic passing of Chadwick Boseman, and the entire cast had something momentous ahead of them, figuring out what they were going to do next with the story. And that by no means is a small undertaking. So that leads into the big question. Is this movie better than the first one? Has the sequel outdone the original one? And as of right now, I can't say, in my opinion, that this movie is better than the first one. Of course, my opinion can change because art is fluid, right? I could rewatch this and it bumps up a star for me, or it could go down. But for me personally, the magic of the first movie is something that is just really special to me, and I don't think this movie quite captures that for me. But what I will say is that this movie is carried by fantastic performances across the board. In particular for me is Letitia Wright. I feel like Letitia took personal grief from having known Chadwick Boseman and just threw it into this movie. It didn't even feel like acting. It just felt like we were going through the grief of her not only losing a friend and a fellow actor, but losing her brother T'Challa as the king of Wakanda. It was fantastic. I felt like Letitia was the lens for the audience because I cried several times watching this film. It felt like she allowed you to grieve for Chadwick Boseman, for T'Challa. And that's something that I really appreciated because for a while I wasn't able to watch Black Panther. I was like, I'm not ready to watch that movie. I'm just not ready to do it. And I wasn't sure how I was going to feel watching this film. But it felt like you were able to go through the stages with her. And I think it allowed the audience a sense of closure. So her performance was great. I can't say enough great things about that. Angela Bassett was also fantastic. Denai Guerrera, just everybody across the board. The performances were fantastic. Now, I don't want to scare anybody out of seeing this movie. Yes, this movie is absolutely about grief. Is there a lot going on in this movie? Yes, there is. But personally, I feel like the action sequences are a lot better this time around. Much like the first one, there are compelling characters, storylines, villains, subplots. So there is a lot to love about this movie, absolutely. Fantastic character development across the board, especially for Princess Shuri. And I will say that you should stick around to the end of this film. There is an after credit scene. It just leaves you with so much hope. And I think that's the main message of the film overall. A hope for the future. A hope that things can get better. It left me feeling like I'm ready to see what's gonna happen next, and I feel invigorated. Yes, I was sad about losing Chadwick Boseman, and T'Challa's absence in this movie is absolutely felt, but the ending of this film pulls you back. It gives you that hope for the future, and ultimately I hope that's what people leave feeling after they experience this movie. So yes, I absolutely recommend seeing Black Panther Wakanda Forever. It's not a perfect sequel, but it's worth seeing. I think there are enough good elements in this movie to where people will hopefully feel the same way that I felt coming out of this film, to experience that sense of joy. So thank you again for listening to my review of Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Don't forget, if you are new to the channel, please drop me a like, comment, please subscribe. I would really appreciate that if you're enjoying the content here. And until next time, remember to stay awesome and be true.